we've won 3-1 against Welling. In the end, it was quite comfortable. A hat-trick hero, Noah. We're also joined by Sham and Jack from the management team. Jack, if we start with you, we'll let Noah talk about his goals in a moment. I mean, talk us through all three of them.
Yeah.
You could do all the chances that we missed before the goals.
Sure. Yeah, we did miss quite a few chances in the first half, which we spoke about at half time. Quite honestly, which was great. Just get it out, clear the air. But realistically, what we take away from that is that the processes leading up to those chances were working.
Yeah.
The patterns were there, the structure was there, what the midfielders was doing was there. So all of that was fantastic, and we all knew that realistically we just needed to keep doing it, be persistent, be committed, keep doing our running, and it would come in time. So it did in the second half. Obviously, to concede just before half time is a gut punch. Do you know what I mean? The whole game state just flips on its head, and all of a sudden you've gone from winning the game and in control to this could be a disaster today if we're not careful. But like I say, we had a really good talk at half time, some very clear instructions, cleared the air, and second half the boys came out and won the game with renewed effort, renewed quality, kept banging on the door, and eventually we got the 2 goals. Noah got them both, so he's happy, and we've got him here, which is nice in the interview. So yeah, it's one of those days where really happy with the overall performance. The scoreline could have been better, but it doesn't matter. We had a little bit of a bumpy ride, but we got there, which is great. We persevered and we were resilient.
Okay, now I'm going to talk through your first goal. First goal was as we've said, we missed a few chances by that point. I was right behind that strike. It was curling inside the far post the whole time.
So it was a long ball from Sam. I believe from Sam. I got the ball and I just beat my man and cut inside and hit into the far post. Luckily, it hit the post and went in. So I wasn't aiming for the post. I was just trying to aim as far as possible from the keeper. But yeah, luckily, it hit the post and went in.
Came at a good time in the game as well. I mean, maybe if we'll come back to the second and third, but if we go to Sham, we could always go to Sham for tactical setups. We started with Louis on the bench, so we didn't have like a Cam's out. We didn't have a recognised number 9. The idea there was kind of Fred and Noah and Jacob all floating around as a false 9.
I mean, obviously, we've been conceding goals recently, so we wanted to set up with a strong foundation. So it was more like 5 across the middle, and Noah being a point man. And the plan was to soak up pressure and hit them on a counter attack, and then to use Noah's pace to get in behind them. And straight away, we saw in the first half their backline went that quick, and Noah had his guy on toast every time. But that's what we've got to learn to do when we see weaknesses in opposition, and we just got to carry on trying to exploit it. But as Jack said, we created numerous amount of chances, but it was just we weren't taking them. And that's been the story of our season. I've heard Jeff's interviews after the game so many times. It's not the amount of goals we scored. Yes, we're one of the highest goal scorers in the league, but it's those critical chances, those big gilt-edged chances that can change games. We're missing those big chances. And looking at it with 4 or 5 points off the playoffs, some of those chances we take this season, we'll be comfortable. And we only got ourselves to blame. And obviously, as Jack said, at half-time, a few choice words were said by myself, and obviously we come out, whether that was the reaction they needed or whatnot, we got the win. But yeah, he took his goals fantastic. Okay. I mean, the third goal, I'll let you explain.
Okay, well, let's do the second goal. Second goal was really scrappy, wasn't it? I wasn't even sure it was you who'd scored it for a while. But Briggsy comes up. Oh, is that what it's called in the trade?
It was Briggsy's first touch.
Yeah, exactly. Briggsy comes on, takes a free kick.
Yeah.
I genuinely didn't see what happened after that.
No, yeah. So Briggsy took the free kick. Julian got the header. He got the header into it. Yeah. Then keeper parried it out, and then Pope just finished, tapped it in for the rebound. Yeah.
Okay. We'd conceded. I mean, throw the mic to someone else to take responsibility for it. But we conceded from a corner again. In fact, they forced 2 corners. It was one after the other. That was also sort of bobbly and scrappy. Did you feel there was anything we could have done about that from a defensive point of view?
I mean, from a defensive point of view, the way we set up on corners today, we had everyone back. Normally we leave one up top, but we had everyone back because we haven't been conceding from set pieces this year, and we're trying to get it right. And frustratingly, we are conceding goals just before half-time, critical parts of the game, and it happened again today. And I think he just took a couple of deflections in there. Sometimes when your luck's not in, the ball just don't drop to you, and it dropped to their player, and he scored. But as I said, second half they come out, and I don't remember them having a shot on goal.
No, sure.
It was camped in their half.
Yeah.
And again, we missed quite a few chances in the second half, but we obviously took our chances to make the game comfortable. But really and truly, even before they got the equaliser, we should have been 5-6-0 up, out of sight. Sam, as I said to them at half-time, Sam and Adam should be having a cigar in their mouth.
Yeah.
We've been 5-0, and obviously too many times this season, we left games where it's on a cliffhanger and we can nick it at the end and whatnot. We just need to be more ruthless.
Okay.
But yeah, that's more of a season thing.
Third goal, a really emphatic finish, actually. A beautifully struck shot.
Yeah, it was a long ball from Jack, and I knew the defender was going to mistime the bounce. So as it's bounced though, I just spun off of him. So then it left me 1-1 with the keeper, and I heard Sham just screaming, just drive at him, shoot, drive at him, shoot. So that's what I did. I took one more touch, and luckily, I don't know if anyone sees it, but it bobbled. And it bobbled, but it bobbled perfectly for me to just hit
Okay, right.
to hitting that at a nice like half volley where it just like dips. But yeah.
Okay,
took
well
top
well
left
done,
corner.
grounds.
Yeah,
There was some
thanks
other-
to the ground,
there was
a
some less
grand
favourable
assist.
bobbles
Yeah,
at
good
other
assist.
points, but yeah, they even themselves out over record. But it was a great finish, a really great finish. And I guess from that point we were pretty much 3-1 up.
Yeah.
It was pretty much cruise control. I'll come back to Jack, ask about the rest of the season, but also just before we finish that, you walked off with the ball. Are you paying the club for that? Is it 26 quid? I've been told for the for the ball, or did we give you
Yeah,
that?
you can take my man in match money for that.
Deal. That is a deal.
I mean, Jack, it's an interesting situation in the league in that Canterbury have taken voluntary relegation. Rochester have been fined, deducted 6 points.
Yep.
It almost opens things up, but at this point, is it just a question of trying to win games and see what happens, and also playing into form in terms of the cup final?
Yeah, I think you're right. There's two things going on here, and the first thing is you can never ever consider a game a dead game. You have to have that mentality to attack the match that you're in. And I think if we ever let that in any situation, that would be a really bad thing, because that can sort of sit there, that can fester. I would hate to ever see us turn up and think this game doesn't matter, let's not try, whatever. So I completely agree with that. So we will attack every game we're in. We've got 2 left, and see what happens, because you never know. In this league, everybody beats everybody, so you never know. If there's a 5% chance, we'll attack it with everything we've got. And today, a few of the teams above us dropped points. To spend some time on the Google Sheets later and figure out what the permutations are. But even if there's, like I say, a 5% chance, we've got to go for it. So we will. And the other thing is, we have got a cup final coming up. So the players know, and the players have been told that before today, they've got 3 games to earn their spot in that final squad. So we wanted to see commitment, intensity, hard running, quality, playing tactically, improved social communication between them and social interactions, demand higher standards, everything, leadership. We wanted to see it all, and I think we did today. And I think that the way that the season has gone has actually given a little bit of clarity into where we can improve. So we've taken that away. Training, everybody worked really, really hard, really, really hard. It was a bit of a reset for a few players as well. Great. And then that was brought onto the pitch today. And now we've got another game next week, and we want to see another 15% on top of that. Keep pushing the standards every single week, because there is a cup final coming up against a massive team that will have hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube or whatever, eyes on it. It is important to go for silverware, and you will be in that squad if you deserve it. If you don't, you won't.
Okay.
We'll have to make those decisions. So these games are, it's a little bit of an audition for those, and it's just practice. You never turn up and don't try. That's what it is. Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done today. Richly deserved win. And
thanks very much. All the best.
Yeah. Cheers.